Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wake Game Sleep Podcast. This is episode 8. I'm your co-host Matt, and I'm joined by my good friend and fellow co-host Common Sense.
Matt, I think we need a new nickname for you. You did great with that introduction, by the way. Good job. You might be responsible for that going forward.
I had to try once. Was I enthusiastic enough?
I hope so. I hope you nailed it for the audience. But every time I give that introduction, I feel like I really fall flat by ending it as just, and my co-host Matt. So I think we need a new nickname. You go by anything else?
I don't have I have like some nicknames from, when I was younger, but the funniest nickname kind of I had was Wovinator. That was my character in WoW for a
Wovinator.
little while. Yeah.
Like with a W?
Yep.
What,
So
what
so
is that?
and my brother's character's name was Wovatron.
Oh my gosh. Is the Wov from something?
Yeah, so me and my brother were poor back then. So
Okay.
we were playing WoW and we wanted to transfer servers to join another buddy's server, but we didn't have the money to pay because it's actually decently expensive. It's like $25. Um, and he said because his character's name is Wov Wov, so he said I'll pay for your guys' transfer if you guys changed like the beginning of your name to Wov. So I went with Wovinator, and then my brother went with Wovatron.
So you're both just losers, is what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. But the funny thing is, so we were in a guild, and when we joined, and then we started becoming friendly with everybody. Some of the other people in the guild started changing their beginning of the name to Wov.
That is great. Oh my gosh. So you would want to go by Wovinator? Common Sense and Wovinator? Does that sound good for our
No, no, I
titles?
do not. No, no, no. We're not going with that.
Well, careful what you creed yourself on in this podcast, because it might be permanent.
Yeah, something the rest of my nicknames all had like part of my name in it, my last name. So we're not going with those.
Yeah, I know. MB numbers and then M Barnes. Not the most creative person growing up, huh? Other than
Nope.
Wovinator, I'll give you credit for that.
What about you? Is common sense what you use for pretty much everything? I know everything I've seen you on is common sense, pretty
Yeah,
much.
well, I've tried, when I started getting older in my gaming age, I tried to just solidify something. So then if ever people were to find me or try to find me on anything, it's rememberable enough. So I went through a couple variations of gamer tags back in the day, but, since adulthood, I try to stay a little bit more consistent just so it's easier to chat with friends and find each other. But I'm surprised, actually. People don't seem very consistent with their gamer tags or nicknames in general, but gamer tags specifically in this case.
I'm one of those. Half the time I just use the random generated crap.
Oh no, really? Those ones
Same
suck.
with same with characters in video games. I'm just like, all right, let me get into play.
Oh, so you don't have like a gamer character name that you typically go with either?
Nope.
Because a lot of times it's like you have a username and then a separate character name.
Why? What's your character name? Is it
I'm sure you can
anything
guess.
special?
Well,
Common sense.
it's Aldous, Aldous. I can't really tell you why. I just thought of it again, younger, and it kind of stuck. So now every main character I have, I try to design him to look like what Aldous is supposed to look like.
That was actually character's name in Monster Hunter, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it's in everything. So pretty consistent. Boring. But Aldous looks pretty cool if you ask me. Luckily, though, it was a bit of a slower week with actual game releases, which I think is always nice to see occasionally, so I can breathe a little bit in between games. But we did get a couple of Switch ports, so some new games for the Switch 2, or, Switch 1 games that are finally coming over to the Switch 2, like Super Mario Wonder. And I saw that Kana, which we were talking about for upcoming PlayStation 5 games, that came out for the Switch 1, or Switch 2 as well. So I was tempted to buy it when it released, but I held off because I'm playing enough right now. But it is nice to see more finally being added to that library. Something that we didn't talk about last week, though, is that Switch 2 also got a handheld boost mode. I don't know if you read anything about that, but it makes all of your Switch 1 games on your Switch 2 look awesome when you're playing them in handheld. So I'm pretty
Does it
happy just because I can dive into some old games again without them looking like crap.
does it use AI?
It does not use any AI. Don't even get me started. The only other really notable game release, though, was the game Life is Strange Reunion, which I've played next to nothing from that series, but I've had a few friends that ended up loving it back in the day and had like played every release.
What is it
Have you played
about?
it?
No, I haven't played it. What is it about?
Well, it's one of those story-oriented, narrative-driven type of games, and I've not personally ever been a huge fan of those narrative-driven, episodic type of adventure games. So I don't know too many details. I know a lot of times they end up being about like relationships and making personal decisions in your life. But anytime a game is just like watching a story and doing little to no actual game mechanics, I tend to check out of them a little bit faster.
Yeah, I've I've got like you said, I've got enough video games right now. I'm still
Yeah,
just
well, you don't need a new one, right?
I'm still playing around with Crimson Desert.
Oh my gosh, that has been awesome. Have you ever played any narrative-driven games though whatsoever? Like I know the Telltale series was really popular back in the day.
No, no, I haven't really played any of those.
Okay, well, I mean that studio's closed down, so they're not making anything new, unfortunately. But I played
So
a
I'm
few of
guessing
their
a lot of
games when
other
they were
people didn't
popular.
play it either.
Actually, they were wicked popular. They did like Game of Thrones series. They did Batman series. They did Walking Dead, which is what I played a little bit of. Those were pretty awesome. They are really nice to look at, but I think that those quick time event type of controls are not enough to feel like I'm doing actually anything on the controller. So that I guess that would be my biggest gripe about them. But hey, if anybody listening is a fan of those games, definitely let us know what we're missing. Like I said, I had a few friends that were like obsessive about them, talking about all the decisions that they're making.
I mean, this has a 4.5 rating, the Life is Strange reunion. So there's definitely some people who like it.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know. I'm sure that the old ones had high rating too. Speaking about the engagement element of video games, though, you and I are currently playing through Crimson Desert, as you just said, and we were talking before about how the control scheme and inventory seems a little bit clunky, and how the game
Yeah,
handles some of its mechanics and system implementation stuff. But have you noticed it now that you've finally gotten your hands on it a little bit more?
yeah. So I actually started playing it on the PC, but I actually got it refunded through
Oh, you
Steam
got it
because
refunded.
I was like the controls are were god awful on the PC, and I didn't have a controller. So I'm like, well, if I'm gonna play it on a controller anyways, I might as well just get it on the PS5,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Um, so I actually got it refunded on Steam, and then went and bought it on PS5.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you booted it up on PlayStation 5, though?
Yeah, it's honestly the game is beautiful,
It's gorgeous. Yeah.
and there's so much to do that sometimes it is a little overwhelming.
Yeah. Well, that's where I am now. I've gone through and beaten a few of like the main stage bosses, following just the main story. But I'm hitting a point where you can tell that enemies are starting to get stronger, and there's like a lot more of them. So I know I'm going to have to start like going around and hunting for actual better gear and everything, which I have not really done yet. But the base gear stuff really doesn't cut it after a very short amount of time.
Yeah, and then like you said, the controls still even are a little janky on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, it just surprises me how they went with like the run button being X, right? Well, on PlayStation anyway. Like Grand Theft Auto, and then you still need to like vault over things and climb things all the time, so you're hitting like a million things at the same time. And then when
Yeah,
you actually do battle, and upgrade some of like your powers and everything that you need to use. There's so many systems to remember in there.
I also don't like how the like to grab some stuff you have to like hold the square.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
like
hold the
just
square
some
and
like
like look at them because I don't know what viewpoint you play
oh
on.
yeah,
I
yep.
a lot of times I have to put it really close to my character because it's so hard to even see what you're trying to grab. How
Yep.
far are you through the game?
Not that far because I had to replay the beginning
Yeah.
twice.
Okay,
So
so
not
you
that
don't
far.
know if you've gotten to any like of the bosses or anything yet.
No, I don't think so. But I've also watched a lot of people play. Like it's so hard to avoid on Facebook the shorts of people.
Shame on you.
This is where you go to get this item. This is where you go to
Yeah,
get this legendary
I've been
horse.
swiping past all that stuff. I'm not on socials a lot though, to be honest. The only thing I do on social is basically post this
On every social.
on every social, yeah.
That's where you can find
But
us, guys.
yes, follow us. Cough, cough. All of that mechanic clunkiness and everything, it kind of made me want to talk a little bit more about how games handle their input layout of their systems in general, and your thoughts on that. So as both games and gaming have slowly become more advanced over the year, I would say you and I have lived through a revolution in the input layout and controls of video games. So as a child, I remember just sitting down and playing games on my Super Nintendo with my dad, and he would always end up becoming so frustrated and say things like, "Oh, there are just too many buttons on this controller, or too many buttons that they expect you to hit." And it was mind blowing to me as a kid. But it was just on the Super Nintendo, so I was like, there aren't even many buttons on this controller in the first place. But so he quickly fell off being able to play video games with me in general because he was just constantly so overwhelmed with button mechanics and controls and learning all of that. And flash forward to present day, it seems like games expect players to just immediately be able to pick up on needing to press 20 buttons at the same time, like in Crimson Desert. It just comes with the territory of being a gamer, I guess. So I don't know. I know we don't have game dev experience per se, but what do you think about the change that we've seen with controls?
See, I'm more like obviously I don't want it too simple because then it does make it boring. I do like some like a decent amount of things to do, or it's just too easy and everybody's like the same skill level, right? But there
That's
is a
true.
point where there's just too many buttons. Like World of Warcraft, obviously, my go-to. Like on the older in the older versions, you had to hit like two buttons, like in vanilla and stuff like that. But then in the late,
Hmm.
like more recent WoW, they actually, I think, in the recent expansion that came out, they dumbed it down a little, like made it a little less buttons. But there was a while where, like, you had, I had my whole mouse hotkeyed and like almost every freaking
Yeah.
key on my computer.
That's how you know it's intense, though, when you start needing to hotkey things, right? When you have all those extra mouse buttons and everything.
Yeah,
It reminds me of like a League of Legends type of game or something. So that's very unwelcoming to new players.
yeah. That's the other thing too, right? Like you said, it like even that game, it's just too many buttons sometimes, and anybody new, they're just gonna get overwhelmed and stop playing.
Yeah, exactly. A direct reference I would have is when I game with people that aren't necessarily gamers, and I know that we've kind of talked about this, you and I. I don't know if we mentioned it in the pod, but I see them struggling with things that I would think are pretty common knowledge, but they're only common knowledge to me because of how much I play video games in the first place. Small things like holding the jump button to jump higher, and that's been around since like classic Mario, or being able to control like the joystick while you're moving around at the same time as running.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about because when I was playing It Takes Two with my girlfriend,
Great game.
yes, great game. She would like there's just I'm able to do all the stuff easy, like the double jump, whatever. Like jump, she really sucked at the jumping from like when you're swinging and jumping from one thing to another.
Yes, judging like how high you need to be on the swing and things. Yeah.
Yep, and me, it's just like second nature. Like it's all the same mechanics in like pretty much every game to a certain extent.
Yeah, to some extent. Yeah, so I will definitely agree that it's somewhat overwhelming, a little bit off-putting to anybody that's very entry level to video games. But in general, I think there's also a big difference between companies that do it well to kind of gradually introduce and implement those systems and controls, and companies that kind of just throw it at the player and expect you to adjust and run with it.
How do you feel
For
like
example, I think it's why Elden Ring is a little bit more challenging because it really expects you to be able to learn quickly.
how do you feel like Crimson Desert does with explaining how to do things in the game?
Yeah, I don't think it does well. What do you think?
Yeah, no.
Did you get to what is it called? The Abyss?
Uh, yep. I think I just got there.
I think you had to have because it comes like right
Yeah.
after the introductory scene.
Yeah, that's where you gotta like jump up all that stuff to
Yeah,
get to
solve
there.
like those little puzzly things.
Yep. Yep, I did that.
Yeah, so sometimes I have the habit for tutorials accidentally clicking through it. And so I did that for a few things in Crimson Desert because you have to like hold a button to run or jump, and it's the same button that slips through the menus for some reason. And I didn't read how to do some things, so I was like banging my head against the wall trying to solve some of those puzzles already. And I barely touched this game, I feel. Beat a couple bosses, but those are like the entry level bosses, so.
I hate I hate how too when you talk to some people, you have to for some of them or certain things you have to hit that L1 button and
Yeah.
then you can hit like pick your option.
For anything other than like a simple greeting or something, I think you need to always hold the target button.
Yeah. Which I'm not gonna lie, the first time I was had to do that, I was just sitting there like running around. What the hell am I supposed to do?
I know. But then some of the cutscenes just immediately happen. One time I was running with my horse in this game, and I love things like this in video games, but I decided I didn't want to like follow the path just because it was going to take too long, so I just dove my horse over the side of the cliff because you get that fly mechanic early on. The horse immediately stumbles and falls all the way to the bottom, and I tried to remember which button the flight button was, so I didn't end up falling to my death, and it clipped into the cutscene right as my feet were hitting the ground, so I didn't die. It was really funny. It was like just in the nick of time.
Saved by the cutscene.
Yeah, love when that happens. I am all for companies though, just kind of like giving it all to the players and saying, "Go ahead, have at it." But at the same time, if they don't take the time to really ensure players understand just exactly what they can do and be able to adjust to the controls that are actually in the game, then as a gamer, you can't really optimize your play because you're so used to just trying to remember what you did last time or remember how to do certain things. Especially because gaming as an adult, sometimes you don't go back to a game for over a week, I would say.
That's
Especially if it's
definitely
not
true.
something that like really sunk its nails into you and had a hold on you. So even when I was playing God of War recently, I just kept going and forgetting sometimes I already had a mechanic to like burn certain bushes or something to unlock chests.
Yeah, and sometimes it's annoying to go in because a lot of them do have control screens where you can look at the controls, right?
Yeah.
But
Not in
it's
Crimson Desert that I could find.
well, even if sometimes it's annoying because it's like I want to, like you said, I want to be sometimes just be like, hold my hand, all right, slowly show me these new abilities. I don't want 10 abilities at once.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily need it to be too hand-holdy, but at least let me get used to a mechanic and like the 20 button controls before you're expecting me to do it regularly. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
A game system, a company though that I think does well though is Nintendo. Like Tears of the Kingdom, you could do a million things in that open world, and I felt immediately comfortable just being able to craft these giant, extravagant machines and contraptions. Game devs, I think, call it the three C's: camera, character, and control. At least in the podcasts that I listen to, anyway.
Do you listen to a lot of podcasts?
A lot, yeah, a lot. I try to stay informed for our podcast, especially. So a lot of gaming ones, but gaming's not my only thing. It's just the only thing that we talk about here.
Um, I listen to zero podcasts.
Oh, no
No,
way. Well, you are a bad
no.
advocate for this show then, huh?
I listen to like some sport ones, or usually like it would be about.
Oh yeah, you
Uh,
did say that it's not necessarily podcasts, but you listen to sports like YouTubers and things like that, right?
Yup, and then same with like lately I've been on an AI video kick. I watch like people that talk about AI.
Oh, cool. Anything interesting?
They all say AI is going to take over.
Oh yeah. Well, it already is. It already is.
No, I mean
Just
like
like
literally take over.
even the president's wife Melania was walking with a robot recently. Did you see that?
Yeah, because I was like, at first I had to be like, is
It's like,
this AI created? Because the robot was actually walking pretty well. Like,
yeah, I was like that too, and I'm like, oh wait, no, that's Melania. The other one's the robot. Do you think that the lack of intuitive controls creates somewhat of a barrier of entry, though?
oh, definitely. Like, I mean, that's why WoW recently made theirs controls less, is because people were openly admitting that, and because you needed all these other add-ons, that it was too harsh for a new gamer to just come in and expect to be able to do stuff. Especially because when you want to do stuff, like it's some of the stuff's challenging, so you don't really want to carry people.
Right, yeah. I mean, WoW, though, in general, does seem like it's done a good job at trying to keep it welcoming to new gamers.
Yeah, they
Would you
actually, and
say
then
so? Somebody who's played it every year down the road.
I guess in the newest expansion that just came out, like I think last month, uh, they actually made it so there's so you can make it so I think all you do all your abilities by just clicking one button. You just have to wait for it to switch or something like that, and it will automatically do the stuff for you.
Oh,
Something
that's weird.
they they really uh made it
That's almost
easier
like
for new
dumbing
gamers.
it down, and I don't know if I'm a fan of that necessarily. Did you hear? I read some article a few weeks ago now about game companies trying to develop AI that can like play video games for you. So like if you get stuck, they can just find the solution. And I'm like, what is the point of actually playing a game?
Yeah, I, li- I wanted to do my work for me, not to play the video game for me.
Right? Gosh, yeah, just keep your AI out of my art.
Worst comes to worst, I could look it up and still get the enjoyment of doing it. I mean, yeah, it's not as much fun as uh, learning to do it yourself, but definitely better than watching an AI do it.
I know. Yeah, I mean, a walkthrough is one thing. At least I'm still pulling it off. But I do understand that game creators have a certain vision when they set about making something, of course. And some people are of the opinion that if people want to play the game, they have to learn those mechanics. But something that I'm also a big advocate for, and this kind of touches on it, is accessibility in games. And I'm just really appreciative that more and more companies have finally recognized that sometimes people do struggle and some may need those added features to help for a multitude of reasons. I mean, in general, I think games should be for everyone. And if ever there is that barrier of entry that we're talking about, I think it should be addressed in some capacity. So I've been pretty happy to see all of like the strides that game companies have made to make games a little bit more accessible because of the impossibility of pressing 20 things at the same time.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100% with you.
Yeah, I mean, do you use any of those accessibility type of features?
Um,
Not
no, the
that you
only
need to,
thing,
disclose your disability in front of everyone. I'm just, thinking from an HR mindset. That's very rude of me.
no, the only thing I've used is some like the color stuffs. I've
Yeah.
used some of the color stuff because it's specifically in certain games, like sometimes it's just too dark for me.
Hmm.
Like I can't see. I'm getting
Yeah.
old.
I mean, the thing with me is like cursor stuff a lot of times. So like I know in Ark recently, Ark Raiders, I just couldn't ever see my cursor because it's always against like the really light blue sky, and
Yeah.
the cursor's white. I'm like, where the frick is it? So that I had to
Yep.
change definitely. But another thing is that we're all just really temporarily abled. I mean, we might be able to jump in and be fully capable of picking up a controller and learning exactly what is expected of us, you and I, but that's not the case for everyone. And I know that one day that probably is not going to be the case for me. We're all aging, right? So I would like to see more companies try to focus on their accessibility features like more and more have been doing recently, just so I can continue playing games when I'm an old man.
I mean, you're pretty old right now.
You're one to talk.
Listen, I just got a lot of gray hair,
I'm
right?
finding occasional gray hair, so I'll be matching you soon.
Yeah, I agree with you too because um, it would suck for like for certain people to not to be able to enjoy some of these games. 'Cause some of these games are honestly like masterpieces, right? Like,
Right, yeah. Like works of art.
yeah. So everybody should be able to have a chance to enjoy them. It would suck to be one of those people that's just sitting there scrolling through Facebook watching everybody else play the game.
I know. It, really sad. I know Xbox just was it last year? No, a couple years ago probably now, where they created that whole separate device for people who were disabled, like specifically paraplegics, so they can control hold the controller better and have more capabilities. So things
Oh,
like
really?
that are really awesome.
Eventually, we'll just all be able to play with MindLink, right?
I hope so. I want to be in the video game. I mean, if the world is not eventually like Ready Player One, I'll be very disappointed.
That would be pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
I
could you
know that's what
imagine?
I when I bought the VR set. That's what I felt like was going to happen. I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be amazing. And then you get in there, and it's pretty cool, but it's kind of some of the games are really gimmicky and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm really of the mind that until you can also use VR stuff in real life, like as an addition to your regular life as well, it's not going to completely take off. So, more that AR type of stuff,
Yeah.
where it's like an overlay of the real world, so I can still game, but I can participate in what's going on around me if I need to. So that's where
Plus,
your fancy meta glasses are going to really come in handy eventually.
there's already been some updates on it. Now you can scroll through Instagram and play
Oh,
some
nice.
games. Um, and the most recent update, it was kind of buggy, some of the movements and stuff like that, but with the most recent update, it's gotten a lot better.
That's great. You think it's going to be possible for those that model to continuously get better, or do you think that in order for the system itself to completely improve, you're going to need a new meta pair of glasses?
I think they still got some development that they're going to put into this. I think they're still doing stuff with the older ones too, so
Okay.
the ones without the visualization. So I think they're going to continue to upgrade this, but you know how it is. They also have to come out with the newest and brightest, so you buy that too.
Yeah. Well, I really want them to be like Iron Man glasses, where it's like a whole print over my vision, like that. Instead of that small little picture you said, right?
Yeah, but you'd be surprised. You say you want that, but even with it being like this small, sometimes it's distracting.
Oh, okay. Well, good to know.
And I was told I sometimes when I'm doing it, because you're like doing
Yeah.
this, uh, somebody's like, "What the hell are you doing?" When I was doing it at work, somebody's like, "What the hell are you doing right now?"
Giving everyone a purple nurple. Oh, for everybody who's listening only, not watching, Matt's giving everyone purple nurples at work, he said.
I am not, and that should not come out of somebody from HR, right?
Hey, I'm not on clock right now. There hasn't been a lot of gaming news this week, but every time I'm thinking that while I'm trying to, make notes for this, I end up reading like 20 other things. So I did just hear about Sora being shut down completely by OpenAI. Did you hear that?
Oh yeah, I actually did hear that yesterday because I read an article. Disney actually had a deal with, or was closing a deal with Sora, like to use it, and now they're just canceling it, well, closing it
Yeah.
down.
Another thing where Disney, weirdly enough, just hands over a bunch of their assets. I just couldn't believe that. I was like, they're valuable products. They're willingly giving it to AI like that.
Yeah, because they want to use it to replace everybody.
Cheaper
They
for
want to
them.
see the potential of what it could do, and then they're going to be like, well, now we don't. Now we can just have this put out movies.
Yeah, that's true. Any gaming news though that you've run into?
Yeah, I'm trying to get this guy to play Slay the Spire too, but he just won't play, guys.
That is not true. I'm very interested. I just wanted to release for more systems. I told you I want it for my phone so I could just walk around and play Slay the Spire too. There are some games
Yeah,
that are
but
good for phones, and Slay the Spire is one of them. I mean, I don't know
yeah,
how the second one is, but the first one is awesome.
I think it would be hard to play multiplayer that way though.
You think so?
Well, because we've got to communicate which cards we're going to use.
I can talk to you on the phone while playing on the phone. You know
Yeah, I
that you
guess.
can talk on that thing too, right? It's
Yeah, but
not
I
just
like
for games, man.
when I'm talking to people, I'd rather have it like through Discord or something like that. And I just like bigger screens.
Okay. It depends on the game. Me too, most of the time. But hey, now that Switch 2's screen is so huge, I haven't had a problem with that one. Didn't you share some recent Nintendo news, though?
Oh, Nintendo is slowing down production, right? Of their game consoles,
Yes,
their
that's what it was.
Switch
Yeah.
2.
Yep. So I was reading more about sales, so it doesn't look like they're like struggling or anything. But in the U.S. specifically, apparently, yeah, they're going down to 2/3 of their production or something.
That's surprising.
It is
Surprising,
surprising.
especially in the U.S. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I meant to read more about where it's doing well because it's just crazy to me. So maybe they're just lowering it now and going to increase it around Christmas time or something. Who knows?
I don't know, but I would have to say I actually don't know a whole lot of people with Switch. Period. Like, so I know you, my brother has it, and then that's about it. Like, I
Which
know
is weird though
a lot of
because
people
it's
with
like the
PS5.
highest selling console in like the short period of time that it's been out anyway.
So yeah, I'm surprised. Like, I do like it a lot because, like you said, it's just convenient.
But
You can
yeah, it
carry it
feels like
around.
very few people have the system, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have a handful of friends, and I'm so grateful when I see them pop up online because I'm just like, oh, you want to jump into something?
Like, I have almost every system now, and I only have the Switch because you're letting me use it. And Xbox. Who wants to play Xbox? No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, we're not against Xbox gamer.
I was an Xbox gamer my whole life, especially because I love Destiny and well, Halo.
I was an Xbox 360 gamer, but like you said, only because of Halo and because my friends were on it, and that was like the game to jump into with people. But I really only had it for like a very short duration. Always been PlayStation, but yeah, besides that, it's like a small section of my college life.
And always a Nintendo person, right?
Oh yeah, always a Nintendo person. Except no, actually not always. College times again. I like stopped gaming at the beginning of college just because broke college kid couldn't afford anything anyway. So I missed out on like Wii and Wii U. I had friends that had them, but nothing really sold me on them. And then once they announced the Switch, I was like, that's it. That's the one that's going to bring me back.
See, I haven't been a Nintendo person forever, but now I'll probably eventually get the Switch too.
Yeah, well, I'll convince you eventually, I'm sure. But you got to play more of the Switch One games first. So like I said, jump into those Zeldas and everything, and you get back to me. We'll get some games together. But more has to release for it anyway. They've been very slow to release new things, which is why I've been so excited about the small releases like the Switch 1 ports for Switch 2, or when they put something new out on the Nintendo Online stuff.
Were they as slow with the Switch One to release games, or?
Yes, at first, but that was because they were completely switching system types, and Nintendo themselves weren't sure if it was going to be successful. Of course, it immediately
Okay.
was, and then it was really disappointing when they didn't put any games out for it. But yeah, there was a period of time, probably I think the first whole year, where I would say there was like just a handful of games to play.
See, that's weird because at the same time, I get why you wouldn't invest a lot of money in games, but if you're investing all that money in a system, you should have a whole bunch of games lined up because to like release because that's what's gonna get people into it. Like, right?
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
would
gonna
think
just buy
so.
this. I'm not just gonna buy something so I can have it, say I have it. I want to buy it because it's got like 10 nice games out for it.
What ended up working really well for the Switch One was that eventually they like threw out dev kits to all of these like indie developers. So one of the first like load of games that they ended up getting on were a lot of smaller indie companies, and that was awesome to see. And I bought a ton of indie games back then because of it. But with the Switch 2, they didn't hand dev kits out to like anybody. I don't know if it's just because they were trying to keep it under wraps or what, but it ended up resulting in all of these like third party developers not having access to it to even know how they're making these games. So they were very slow to get anything on it. Now they have a few, but still feels like not
Mm.
enough. But I was thinking that we are already on episode 8, and I don't think I've ever actually asked in general what your favorite video game is. Do you have a favorite video game all around? And please don't say WoW.
It's World of Warcraft, guys. No, it's
You're
it's
surprising no one
actually
if that's your answer.
it's actually Civ.
Civilization.
Yeah,
Wow, okay. When would you say that you started playing those games?
probably it was
Like
actually maybe
Civ?
Civ 3,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah,
But
that.
then like I played 4 and 5. I played a lot of hours.
Okay. So are you into like city builder type of games like that?
No, no,
Isn't
just well, because Civ has
isn't
so
that
many
what that
aspects.
game is?
Well, it's more like to me, Civ is kind of similar to Risk. That's why I kind of like it. Right?
Okay, yeah. That's true.
So
I see that.
the city building isn't overcomplicated. So and then you can have like you can go to war and stuff like that. So to me, it's like almost like I view it like Risk.
Okay. So you wouldn't be like a satisfactory type of gamer. You know that game, Satisfactory?
No. See,
Oh,
there's your
okay.
answer right there.
I guess yeah. So no then. To me, it's like one of those. I wouldn't say it's necessarily mindless, but it's a nice like game to kill the hours, right?
Yeah. See, that's what I like about Civ, and it's another game where which as I get older, I find myself playing these games a little more often. It's another game where you could just uh like get up and pause it, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh, very grateful for games like that. That's why it's so nice on like current consoles now where you can just like go to the home page and know that you can open it up and have it continue right where you left off. Because I
Yep.
don't know if you remember like PlayStation 1 era days, you leave that disc running too long and you're ruining the disc.
Just
Or all of a
melting it.
sudden you go to play it and you're like, oh crap, somebody hit the console and so it skipped and now I didn't save it.
Or the memory card gets corrupted.
Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah, there are so many things that you could run into.
Have you told me what your favorite video game is?
I feel like I've mentioned my favorite games a couple times on this show, but Number one, like actual gameplay type of game, I would have to say Shadow of the Colossus has always been my favorite. It's too hard for me to really pick number one, so I'm just trying to think of a game that I have loved, I've played multiple times, it's good enough for me to return to, has decent gameplay in it, um, and kind of stands alone too. But I would say The Witness is probably realistically my favorite game. I mentioned it a couple times on this pod, but really high up there just because that was the most impactful game to me. But like I said, too hard for me to choose one. I would put Kingdom Hearts pretty high up there. I would put
Love that game.
what?
I said I love that game, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is pretty good. Legend of Zelda games up there. So
Who would have guessed? You still have
is
not
that
gotten
the
anything for that background.
well, no, I'm waiting for you. You said that you're moving into your place soon, and then we're going to have a real competition, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
I do
it's going to
remember
be
that.
on soon. And then I'm going to actually finally get to see you eat that jar of olives that we were talking about. Listen, I'm making a list separately of all of our shticks that we do in this podcast, and I'm going to hold you to it.
You said a small jar of olives, though,
Small
right?
jar, yeah. And
Okay,
you can
right.
even do it in spoonfuls. I almost actually messaged you this past week being like, how realistic is it for you to get a jar of olives before this next recording? Oh, this is the part of the pod where Matt leaves and he goes and talks to himself, and I do the rest with the audience. So, oh, you're back. All right. All right. Would you say that the Civ genre, though, is something that you would be interested in another video game form?
Um, what do you mean like genre? Like the other games that are like Civ?
Yeah. Yeah. Have you played anything else similar? I know, like, a really good example back in the day was this one Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah, I played so on Warcraft, not World of Warcraft, Warcraft. There's custom games, and I've played some custom games like that too.
Okay.
So so, and then I've tried other games. The problem with games like Civ is they're either a lot of them are either too simple or too complex, right? And I don't want to have a PhD in the game to be able to function it, like actually like play the game. I want to
Okay.
I want to
Yeah,
have to
that
think.
one friend that I was talking about, it like lives off of that complexity.
Oh,
You
I
like
didn't
games though
play
where
it.
you could be like the overlord though, like the god of it,
I
like
don't need to be
Civ.
a god, but I do like to like play games where like you control things and strategy games. Period.
Yeah. Well, strategy games have a lot of thought that you have to put into them, I would say.
Yeah, but there's definitely a cap to the complexity, right? For most of those. Um, like I love board games, especially strategy board games.
Love board games. That's something that I don't play enough of. And it really
Yeah.
bums me out because I have a ton of board games. And sometimes I'll just bring one out of the closet and ask my wife to play it. And she's like, do we have to?
What's your favorite board game?
I really love deduction type of games. So, like, there's this one game that I have called Resistance. It's by the same people that make Coup. I'm blanking on what the game company is, but it's all about trying to figure out who the traitors are. So it's kind of like Secret Hitler. I'm
Oh,
sure
I
you've heard
love
of that
the
game before.
Secret. Yep, I've loved that game.
Yeah, that one's wicked fun. But very similar to that. So any game that like Werewolf, Ultimate Werewolf is really fun. I know that there's actually a few video games that are kind of based off of that genre too. But I love whodunit and traitor type of games.
Okay, okay. Didn't we play
I think we
some of
played
the board games that you play?
Resistance. I think we played Resistance once, maybe.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we did.
We do. If you like board games, though, we definitely need to have a game night then.
Hey, I'd be down. Game night and card games. I have a crap load of Magic cards that just sit here because I have nobody to play with.
Yeah. If you could have any power from a video game in real life, what do you think that would be? So this time, though, just for the record, we're not including characters that started in other media first, because otherwise I would probably choose Spider-Man myself.
I'm a big speed guy, so I'd have to have super speed.
Super speed, okay.
'Cause
You have
like
a
my
video game reference? Who's it?
like
It's
Sonic, man.
Sonic, okay. So you would want powers like Sonic? In the video games, I feel like I can't stop.
But growing up, like my favorite not comic, my favorite like stuff was I liked Flash.
Yeah,
I'm
Flash is
Look at me.
awesome.
I'm skinny and I have long legs. I'm fast as hell, so I like fast.
Are you fast as hell?
I mean, I feel like it.
Oh, wow, we should race sometime. Well, that's a very realistic challenge that we could do. Put it in the book.
One of us is just gonna fall flat on our face.
Especially at our age. They say that over the age of, I think it's 45, that you shouldn't run if you're not already like an athlete to some extent. Which seems pretty young to me. Speaking of the Flash character, though, have you seen the show Invincible?
No, my brother watches it, so I've been meaning to, but I haven't really watched it. I think I watched the first episode and then stopped.
If you like any like old-timey superhero shows like the Justice League back in the day or like the old Batman show, that is incredible because it's like superheroes for adults. And it's actually based off of a comic that I've read a bit of too, and it follows the comic so closely. There are a few things that they changed for story and everything, of course, but otherwise it's pretty consistent. I've been loving that though. They've had like
Have
3 seasons of it already.
Know what I just started watching last night?
What?
Daredevil Reborn.
Oh yeah, me too. That was great, wasn't it?
Well, I just started season one. I never watched season one of it.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, yeah, I just started season 2 because it just released. But season 1 was great. I thought that they continued the old Netflix show really well. Did you watch all of
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I watched all of that. That's why I was like,
Okay, good.
I got advertisement for because the new season started, right?
Yeah,
So I
of
started
course. Yeah.
watching the first season of Reborn. I didn't even
But
realize that you never told me about it. What the
am
hell?
I supposed to be the person that updates you about everything that comes out ever?
Yeah, put it in the notes.
You don't read them. We've already been over this. If
All
I
right.
put it in the notes, you wouldn't see it until like the second before we record this.
You got me there. You got me there.
But yeah, like I said, Disney just continued it incredibly well. I think that it's awesome that they finally added Daredevil's like slinging weapons, so he can actually like swing around buildings like he did in the comics.
What's the most recent show you've been watching besides Daredevil? I'm asking for the audience and for myself.
Well, we're kind of between things now. So I've been watching Fear Factor that's been coming out because now they have a new season that's releasing weekly, and Johnny Knoxville is hosting it, the guy from Jackass. And I
Yep.
just think he's hysterical anyway. But watching it now, I used to watch a show when I was a kid. Some of those things that they do are insane.
Yeah.
They are. It's like when I watch a show as a kid, I always used to be like, "Oh, I could do it," because you know the people are safe. There's no way they're going to put them at risk. You watch this new season, some of these things are actually very risky looking.
The thing I'm most afraid of, like I definitely would not be able to do is when they like sometimes go in those tanks and they get like spiders dropped all over them. Oh god.
You would not be able to do that.
No, I can
Those
do a
are
lot
the
of
ones that I'm
eating.
like, "Oh, that's a piece of cake."
Really, you're fine with like just a whole bunch of spiders dumped on you?
See, I have like slight arachnophobia where like if I see it, what goes into my mind is like, "Oh, what if it's like a poisonous spider?" But in general, I would say that there's no way they're going to put like what is it? The recluse in a cage with you because one bite from that and you'll die.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't like spiders, but I could do most of the eating, like stuff.
So if you're not a fan of spiders, I know a lot of video games actually have spiders in them, and many of them have this mode called arachnophobia mode. Do you have to activate that when you play spider
No, no,
games?
I'm not that
Oh,
scared of
okay.
spiders. I
Okay.
think WoW actually has it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one I was thinking about is Harry Potter because those spiders look pretty realistic. So I can see if you hate spiders at all, that you would be pretty skeeved out by that.
Oh no, I'm not like that scared of spiders. I just don't like them on me or near me. That's about it.
Yeah, well, that's rational, I think, especially because there are some poisonous ones in this area. But like over 90% of spiders around us are not going to be poisonous or can't really harm you.
Yeah, but they could still bite you.
It's not like we live in Australia.
Oh God,
You
I
wouldn't
couldn't imagine
survive
like
there.
I've
Tarantulas
watched
walking
videos
around.
of like yeah. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine waking up to that like just crawling on you
Would you hold a tarantula?
for money.
Really? When I was a kid, I was this close to getting my mom to buy me a tarantula. I asked you a while ago now, but what your go-to gaming power would be. But a power that I've always wanted was something like probably like telekinesis or something. Just because that's always been awesome to watch people control things with their mind. But thinking more about it in like a video game sense, I think that the one that I would fall on is the power from the game Infamous. Because I've always wanted like a power that like I can make the world my playground, and that game was so fun because you just have like complete free reign, and eventually you get such strong powers as that like Cole McGrath guy. He had electricity. They have a couple games, so I know in Infamous Second Son you get a bunch of other powers, but the electricity one was awesome.
I feel like the telekinesis. I feel like that's a lot of young kids. Because when I was young, I that was like the coolest power, in my opinion, too. The
Well, if you're
telekinesis.
talking like straight up power wise, that is probably one of the strongest powers in general, right? Because you could just control everything.
Yeah. You know what? As I get older, that I a power that I would like a little more. That when I was young, I was like, oh, that would be dumb.
What?
The power to be able to like hear other people's thoughts.
Okay. Well, that is telekinesis.
Yeah, but when you said telekinesis, I was thinking more like just
Just
being able to throw
controlling things
crab.
with your mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
but Xavier, best telekinetic ever. And he can
yeah.
hear people's thoughts, control them with his mind. Yeah, so that would be a really cool one. Gosh, what I wouldn't do though to return to a game that you had that unlimited playground type of ability in general though. I've always wanted Sucker Punch to continue that series. But I know that lately they've been focused more on their Ghost of Yotai series. Did you ever end up playing that? I know that that came out more recently.
No, I haven't played that, but I know Magic came out with a few secret layers of that, and they sold out like
Oh, did they?
boom. Yeah,
Was it Yotai or Tsushima?
I don't know.
Okay, one or the other.
You just asked if I played it. I said no. You're like, is it this one or this one?
Well, you said that you get those magic packs. Do you own it?
No, no.
Oh,
I
okay.
bought the
All
God
right.
of
I
War
assumed
ones.
that it's one that you purchased, so you would know something about it.
No, no. I just it came out at the same time as God of War, the God of War cards, so I bought the God of War ones.
Speaking of
Thank you.
snazzy looking cards, though, snazzy looking graphics in general, I know you're into first person shooters a
Oh
bit,
no,
but I was going to mention Marathon because Marathon came out, and that's one game that we haven't spoken about at all. Did you have a chance of seeing anything with Marathon or playing that at all? Because that looks pretty fun. I
no.
can't help
So
but be impressed by the commercials, the graphics in the commercials.
no, but my coworker played it with his friend, and he said it's pretty fun. He likes it more than Ark actually.
Oh wow, that's a really good review then, because I really like Ark. I mean, the one thing with Ark is just that damn inventory. But yeah, I can't help but feel inclined to play Marathon or at least try it out. But so far, it doesn't really look like anything unique in the extraction shooter type of world.
I mean, I tried out with you if you wanted to. Ark was a lot of
Okay.
fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's only like $40 or something, so I'm game for that. I do really like Bungie too, so I would definitely love to play a new game from them. I just feel like the extraction shooter genre has been just a little oversaturated lately because they feel so similar. Like I know we played Helldivers together, we played Arc Raiders together, and those two were, I think, pretty stand out in that genre. But it doesn't, from what I've seen so far anyway, it doesn't really look like Marathon is doing anything unique.
Helldivers was fun as hell.
Yeah.
No pun intended. That
No pun intended.
I remember just some of the games we played of that where like you accidentally throw the ordnance on the other player.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Actually, thinking about the fun that we had, that would be good to go back into as well.
Yeah,
So
especially
why
when you're
not?
challenging some of those bigger bugs.
Yeah. That's a tough game, though.
Yeah, it is.
Especially
Either
when
that
you're
or
just
we're
getting
just
used to
noobs.
typing in all of those controls for your equipment and everything.
But it's so fun. Just just sometimes the armies of bugs just coming at you.
Pretty terrifying, actually.
You're
I
just
heard that they added new factions though, since we've played it anyway. So that would be interesting to see how tough those ones are, like aliens or
it has
something.
been a
right?
while.
Yeah.
I, I I haven't been on it since the last time we played together. Just yelling at each other. Why didn't you tell me you threw it?
God, yeah, we did have a lot of good laughs, I think. All right, well, I think we're hitting our hour mark. So, anything else to add before we finish up here?
Um, yeah, everybody, thank you for listening and or watching this. It has been another episode of Wait Game Sleep. No, I'm just kidding. You're gonna have to cut that.
No, go ahead, take it away. Take it away.
All right, let's do it. All right. Well, thank you for everyone for listening. This has been another great episode of Wait Game Sleep. Well, I hope it was great. Please be sure to subscribe, follow the show on YouTube at Wait Game Sleep Podcast, or if you're more of an audio listener, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you can listen to podcasts. Which I don't know if that's actually true because I don't know where people normally go to listen to podcasts.
Listen to our long content. You know, it gives you
I don't,
more context about what we're talking about, too, just for the listeners out there. But yeah, I
I
mean,
don't
if you like
like
anything.
listening to myself.
I know. Trust me, as somebody who edits it, I know the pain of listening to you, I mean, specifically.
Oh no, I agree. Some
I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you're a fan of clips and shorts, definitely find us on socials. If you're more of that long form listener, like Matt said, listen to us basically wherever you find us. If you find anywhere that we're not, let us know, and I'm sure that we can get there as well. But otherwise, have a good one, and I'm sure we'll see you soon.